and I used to get a lot of negative comments on my body, you know, around that age. It takes a lot of time to break a negative habit or an old habit, trying to get into a new one. So you have to kind of go easy in yourself and not go all in. We're gonna be living in this body our whole life, and if we don't take care of it, nobody else will. It may seem like it, but I don't always have motivation 100%. That's when we gotta rely on that discipline and just push through. I just went to Spain, and the portions of all the meals and the drinks were so much more different than here. Working out, I started just in the treadmill and slowly trying to change my eating habits. I was so lost, I didn't know what to do. The main thing was my family and making them proud. Yeah, I always got a little emotional with that topic.
This is another episode of the Three King Protocol podcast. We are back today with a very special guest. She aligns with a lot of what we're doing. She's huge on fitness. She's a super hard worker. She's gonna introduce herself for the audience that doesn't know who you are.
Sure. Thank you for having me, first of all. My name is Mellisa Caballe. I'm into all things health and wellness, fitness, nutrition, and I just recently graduated with my master's in nutrition from Montclair State University.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So how do you say your last name again?
Caballe.
Caballe. Okay.
In English, it would be Cabal.
Cabal.
But it's very
Caballe.
weird for me.
Caballe.
When did that start? When did the fitness journey start for you?
Okay, so my fitness journey started when I was in around 6th grade, because I was a little bit chubby and I used to get a lot of negative comments on my body, you know, around that age, kids.
Right.
And I started, no one in my family eats health, well, hold on. No one in my family is used to like eating a lot of vegetables. I'm Cuban, so Cubans are big on like a lot of rice and meat. And those used to be my eating habits. And there wasn't a lot of like fitness in my family.
Right.
So at around 6th grade, I started on my own. I'm like, I have to do something to lose weight. So I just started working out. I started just in the treadmill and slowly trying to change my eating habits. I was so lost, I didn't know what to do. I grew up with a completely different way of eating, right? And from there, it slowly started getting me more interested in the health and wellness topic. And I did lose weight, and I made a lot of changes to my body and my habits. And I fell in love with fitness, and I fell in love with nutrition. And that's how I even made it my major.
Okay.
Wow.
And now, did you grow up here in the States?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I grew up in New Jersey.
Because it's tend to here in the States, I guess people tend to overeat and overindulge and meals and things like that. I think you know, back at home, Cuba, Puerto Rico, or other places, I think they tend to eat a little bit the same, but not overeat. I think it's more like it's a little bit different. It's more like an American thing, I believe.
The overeating?
Yeah, the overeating,
Yes.
excessive amounts.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Portion
Yes.
sizes.
Portions.
I agree with you 100%. And even I just went to Spain, and the portions of all the meals and the drinks were so much more different than here. You would ask for like a cup of something, and it's a regular cup. Here you ask for a cup, and it's so much bigger.
Yeah.
And then that's where you really see the difference of what's really affecting us,
Right.
because we have everything in excess. Such bigger portions, big portions of everything, when we don't really need it, you know?
Right.
We can just eat normal portions and be okay. But we're so used to excess.
So what motivates you now? So you know, it kind of motivated you when you were younger, when people were either not being so nice about your size or your weight, and when you were in 6th grade, right, or 6 years old.
6th grade.
6th grade, and so that kind of probably motivated you, like you said. What keeps you motivated now?
I think what keeps me motivated is that we're gonna be living in this body our whole life, and if we don't take care of it, nobody else will. And that should be enough motivation, because I think our body does so much for us daily. The least thing we could do is feed it with the right foods that actually fuel and nourish us, and give it some movement, you know, as a way of saying thank you. Thank you for taking care of me,
Right,
you know?
Right.
We see the
Thank you for
video
blessing
also.
me.
I see the videos of you working out and also online, and just the motivational tips, whether it's through fitness or nutrition. And for somebody watching that online, they may see like, wow, she's locked in, or she really has that work ethic or mindset. Well, what would you tell yourself when you were just getting started? Did you have that same exact mindset when you were first starting to work out and change your lifestyle?
That's so hard, because even now, it may seem like it, but I don't always have motivation 100%. That's when we gotta rely on that discipline and just push through.
Right. That's important. That's key. It's not always peachy, everything good and everything. There's days that you don't want to, you don't want to, but you have to, and
Life gets in the way. There's things that will always be in there, but you just have to stay focused and keep pushing through,
Right.
But going back to your question, I would say that I actually was very, very motivated because I was determined to make a change. And I guess I was determined to proving everyone else wrong. And that could be a big drive for you. I'm going to do it.
Right.
And until you get there. So that's what helped me maintain that motivation. And then also once you start seeing results, it becomes addicting. So you just want to continue doing it and continue doing it until you keep seeing more changes.
Right.
And it just becomes kind of an addiction in a way.
Right.
But you still got to rely on that discipline either way.
What advice would you give to somebody who's maybe just starting to work out for the first time, and maybe they might feel motivated at times, but they feel in their own mind that they lack discipline or they don't have discipline? What is some advice that maybe you would give to somebody who's just starting off and would like to establish some discipline?
I would say know where you want to be. What's your goal? Where do you want to reach? Know what you have to do daily to take you there and accomplish that. And I would say every day, plan ahead of time. Plan ahead of time in terms of, again, what you have to do to get there. So you already know you have to do this daily. First, you need to know, it takes a lot of time to break a negative habit or an old habit, trying to get into a new one. So you have to kind of go easy on yourself and not go all in. Don't say, I'm gonna work out 1 hour, 6 days a week. You just have to start slower and maybe do 20 minutes, 2 days a week. And then once you get used and you create that habit of doing it 2 days a week for 20 minutes, you maybe start doing 4 days a week, and you start creating that new habit. And on the days that you said, I'm gonna do it, and you don't find that motivation or that drive, what I used to do is I would just say, okay, I'm just gonna do 5 minutes. And then once you start those first 5 minutes, your body already gets that rush of those happy chemicals. And it's like, okay, I can push more. I can do probably more, 30 minutes. And you just push through your whole workout. You just have to tell yourself, I'm just going to do 5 minutes.
Nice.
Wow.
And
that's
then
nice trick, right?
That used to help me a lot.
Yeah.
That's great advice.
Yeah.
Sometimes just starting, or just, that first step.
That first step is
can be
everything.
the biggest step.
Yeah.
Right.
Me and my dad were having a conversation about, we all have these big goals, and we want to achieve such great, successful things, but then we don't give ourselves enough credit sometimes about the little accomplishments, which eventually add up.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Without those little accomplishments, we don't get to our big ones.
Yeah.
But we never give them the credit, right?
Right.
Yeah, and I think it's also important that, like you said, you keep that picture in your head, your why,
why.
And to prepare, whether you're prepping, you're preparing your meals, or you're preparing your plan, or you're preparing your schedule or your workout, so okay, I'm gonna just do 2 minutes today, but after I do my 2 minutes, I'm gonna have my apple, I'm gonna have my water, my protocol drinks.
Yes.
And
that fuel.
She'll get to try the new ones that we
so
brought today.
So. Yeah. So we broke out our 7 drinks now. We finally have our 7 drinks.
7 chakras.
Right.
That's
all
so
7.
exciting.
And we have you have to try our pineapple passion. Right?
Pineapple passion. That's the
pineapple passion.
solar
I haven't
plexus
tried
chakra.
it.
No.
Haven't
I
tried
haven't
it
tried
before.
that one.
So
No.
So we're gonna have a live tasting, live reaction. So we know you're gonna see her reaction when
Yes.
she tastes this. So she can't lie. All right.
Let's
This is
go
live.
for it. I'm
All
ready.
So I'll say with some. It's made with pineapple, right?
Okay.
Avocado seed, ginger, some cinnamon, and some chia seeds.
Okay.
So that's
Love it.
that's what's in there. Vitamin C as well. So it has a little kick with ginger.
Might taste a little kick.
Yeah. I like ginger. I would go a little bit heavy on the ginger, but we're
Right.
you know,
because
we're
not
there.
everyone
Right.
is completely used to the taste.
Right.
I'm so ready.
Here we have it, live reaction right here from Mellisa. She's gonna keep it real.
The pineapple passion.
Let's do it.
What
Pineapple
chakra is that? What chakra is that?
So that's the solar plexus chakra. It's right in the stomach. It's actually, a lot of those ingredients are good for your gut, but we all have this energy, this energy that goes beyond. So being in tune with it.
Frequency.
Hold on. I like it. I love that you can taste the pineapple. And you said it had cinnamon, right?
It does have cinnamon.
It's not really strong,
No.
and I like that. It's very light
Right.
and soft.
There we
I could
have it.
sip this all day.
Yeah, nice,
It's
nice,
so
nice.
refreshing.
Nice.
Now we're ready to work out.
I love it. Yes, we are. Fully hydrated.
Again, that's good for your digestion. It's good for your hair, for your skin. It's good stuff for you. The pineapple has
great ingredients.
We have the
It's the
pineapple
best.
core in there. So it has some bromelain in there. Good stuff. I'm
stuff.
glad you like it.
Thank you for letting me try it.
Yes.
So speaking a little bit more about what we put in our body and nutrition, you graduated from college with a degree in nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of inspired you to choose that major specifically, and also how big of a role has nutrition and what you put in your body played a role in your just overall life and well-being?
So the reason I decided to do nutrition is because, again, I had to learn everything by myself, right? And a lot of the things I learned was from the internet. And we know that that's not always the best thing to do because there's a lot of wrong advice. So I did a lot of wrong things when it came to my nutrition. Like, I would undereat a lot and do everything wrong. Everything I did was wrong. Now that I look back at it, now that I have the
I don't
knowledge.
know if everything you did was wrong. You did something right to be here.
Yes.
But I get what you're saying.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I said that if I would like to help other people that would be in my spot, I would want to give them the right advice for them to do it, the right way. And that's kind of the reason I chose to go for nutrition, so I could really get the knowledge and know the right information for other people to do it the right way.
Right. Again, that's going back to foundation, So she went to school to study the nutrition so she could have a good foundation, she could have a good knowledge, a good grip of what you should do, and what you can do, and what you shouldn't be doing, So foundation, again, it comes up, to set yourself firmly in what you believe and what you're trying to achieve. Put your feet firmly on the floor and make sure you're standing on something that's grounded, so that you can elevate, yourself and others, like you said,
And that takes a lot. I applaud you for having not only the vision, but to be able to actually follow through with that. Because a lot of times we have, visions or goals for what we want to do, but that first step, if you can take that first step, it could take you anywhere. Who knows where it's going to lead you.
Yeah.
But speaking about vision, that leads us to our next drink. Our third eye chakra smoothie.
Third eye.
Our boundless berry. So this one is going to be a little bit different. We had the juice cleanse, but now we have a protein packed smoothie. So we're going to get your live reaction.
Good.
You're going to have to do some push-ups first. No. No, yeah. So this boundless berry, like you said, third eye chakra.
Which deals with your vision, your intuition, what you feel compelled to do in your life. Sometimes when it's blocked, we're unsure of what really we should do, but sometimes it just takes that first step, that first moment to realize. So this is our boundless berry.
So we got
I love the color.
blueberries in there. We got some strawberries in there. We have the ashwagandha, the chia seeds, the plant-based protein in there. The vitamin C is in there, and we have mushrooms extracts in there. We have reishi mushrooms, maitake mushrooms. So it's a blend of mushrooms in there as well. So this juice will give you get you satiated with the protein in it, and it also gives you high antioxidants with the berries in it, and with the vitamin C, and then it also gives you a stress reliever with the ashwagandha and the mushrooms.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Can't believe all of that's in one drink.
Yeah.
Let's try it.
That's the which chakra is that again?
Third eye right there.
The frequency we got with that. Again, guys, you can always play a frequency while drinking our drinks.
And that's really what we do, honestly, with each and every drink. If you look on YouTube, they have different frequency meditations, music, and we talk a lot about how sound itself makes up a lot of reality. So when you're playing a different high vibration, it can help you feel like a high vibration. The same way when you're around negativity, it can affect you. You play some high frequency sound, you play it while we make our drinks, and so that you can pick up on that.
We listen to our superfoods, and our superfoods talk to us. They say, "Talk to me nice," you know. So we talk to our superfoods nicely, and we play nice music to it while we're making the drinks. Yeah. So we're infusing. Not only do the ingredients in there are superfoods, but we're also powering them up with an infusion of good vibrations while we're making it, you know, and good intentions, you know, good to great intentions, you know. So,
you know, there's a real science behind that.
Yeah.
They say, oh wow, this food was made with like soul, or was made with love. But it's like real, like that love, that intention.
It goes into what you're
it
making.
really makes the food taste different versus when somebody's just, oh, let me make some rice and some food for them, and then it's like, okay.
Right. Yeah. What do you think about the Boundless
This
Berry?
was amazing. I could drink the whole bottle right now. 10 out of 10.
Oh, wow.
I love it.
And you have a live reaction.
Yes.
And my favorite part is that it has so many great ingredients in it, and it tastes amazing, which is the best part.
Nice.
It's really yummy.
That's great.
Wow.
So, and we have one more.
Yeah. Last
Which
but not
was
least, we have, this one is a special one. This is honestly, I'm not just saying this for the camera, it's actually one of my favorites, if not the favorite one.
It's one of my new favorites too.
Yes, so this one deals with, you know, we're speaking right now on a podcast live. It deals with our throat chakra, our ability to speak, right? Our speak truth.
I need that one.
So, you know,
My
a lot of
throat chakra
times.
is a bit blocked.
Yeah, so this one right here, our coconut consciousness. You want to talk a little bit about what's in here?
Yeah, so soursop. I don't know if you guys have heard of soursop. What's the other? Guanabana.
Guanabana?
Yeah,
No way.
Yeah, guanabana. So we have guanabana in here, and guanabana is the leaf has very good properties. When you brew the leaf into a tea, it has anti-cancer properties to it, right? So we incorporate the leaf tea into this drink, as well as the fruit, the flesh of the fruit of the guanabana. So there's guanabana in here. There's coconut milk in there, coconut water milk. There's protein powder in there, plant-based protein. We have the chia seeds. We have the vitamin C is in there.
Wow.
It's all in here, and it's played with her 741 frequency. So we talked a lot about what goes in it. So we're gonna see what it tastes like.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Remember, we have 7 drinks. You can find them all online at
3kingprotocol.com. You can buy them online. You guys can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Subscribe to the channel.
Send us a message. We can connect and deliver. Hook up a delivery.
Right. Got the real silence, the peace. We're gonna edit some.
I'm trying to taste all of it. Hold on.
And it should have a little sweetener in it, because guanabana is a little sour, like sour sop. So that's a little agave.
And they both have very strong flavors to make it like taste so good.
Yeah.
It tastes really, really good and soft.
That's
I love it.
That's nice.
It's really good.
Yes.
Thank you.
Have we're going around the tropics a little. We got pineapple, we got guanabana, you know, we have mangoes, we have what else? What other fruits we use? We got the berries,
The limeade.
you know, the limeade, spirulina, matcha, you know, watermelon. These are all good, great superfoods for you, you know. So, I encourage you guys to try them.
The taste is incredible, but the ingredients are even better.
Wow.
And this one has such like a relaxing taste.
Yeah.
I love it.
Wow, thank you
Yeah.
so much. You know, about me, like, and I'm sure my dad, we started this business, Chakra Drinks, you know, chakra smoothies. We have different products coming soon that are based on the chakras and wellness and helping you live your best life. But this is something for me that kind of somewhat new. In the last 2 years, I learned more about chakras and kind of saw myself going down this path. And I know for you, Dad, as well, you know, you've always been, you know, someone who's been familiar with superfood ingredients. And Mellisa, you've always, you know, you talked a lot about your story with health and fitness and wellness. But recently we were participating in the sound baths. And Mellisa, you got to attend one of those sound baths. So I'm curious to ask you what that was like. And also, do you incorporate any type of meditation in your life? And is this something that you're familiar with at all?
So the sound bath, that was my first experience ever, and it was amazing. I feel like I was able to really, I guess, tune into myself. It was very relaxing. And when it comes to meditating, I have meditated, but I'm honestly not the greatest at it because I feel like my mind goes in all different ways and so many thoughts.
Sorry.
And it's really hard to, I guess, maintain your mind calm. So I personally struggle with it. So I don't meditate too much. So if you have tips to meditate, I would love to hear.
It can be tough at times. Like even for myself, I try to meditate. I'm thinking about a million different things.
Right.
And sometimes just letting go of all those things, I think that can be maybe the first step. And sometimes the hardest step is like letting go of the ideas that we think we hold so dear.
I think sometimes we look at it a little bit too deep about the meditation. Like I feel like when you're doing something that you love to do, let's say you're working out or you're doing whatever you like to do, and that right there can get you into like a flow state, right? You're into there's something happening with your brain. You're feeling good. You're feeling confident. You're feeling, you know, you're in that level, and that right there could be your meditation. You know,
Right.
You stay in that state right there, and you're feeling good, and you're giving some good, positive thoughts to yourself because you're like, oh, look at my biceps, or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? And you're feeling good, and so that you can use as a meditation. So you can start your meditation that way. Sometimes, you know, it's hard for a lot of people, and it was hard for me for a long time to just sit and be like still and listen to what I'm feeling and all that other stuff. But I know countless amount of times that I'll be on like a basketball court by myself or walking or whatever it is, a walking meditation in the park, and I'm just feeling good. You know, I'm breathing. I'm feeling good about what I'm doing. You know, and I use that as a meditation and be like, oh, you know, I'm cleansing myself. I'm thinking good thoughts. I'm doing, you know, and then that kind of progresses into another like a more silent meditation. You know, like at a different time. So once you accomplish that and you see it as a type of meditation, you're like, oh, you know what? I was meditating. I was doing something that was helpful and everything. So you translate that into another way of meditating, you know? So I feel like we've all meditated in certain ways. Everybody does it differently, either silently, you know, they could do it while they're walking, while they're doing, you know what I'm saying? So my tip would be, you know, don't be so hard and think that, you know, everything's got to be silent and your brain has to be on off to meditate. You know, just kind of like just let it happen. You know, just be like. Then when you see it, feel yourself or think some negative thought is coming up, you stop it there and you say, okay, no. Take some deep breaths. Let me get back on track, and then you're back on track. And each time you get off track, you just use that same method, you know, being like, take a deep breath. Let me get back on track. Let me think about what I'm trying to accomplish here, and then you're there, you know. And then if it's too much there, you stop it. You go into something else.
I love that. I never saw it that way. Like, pretty much anything could be meditation. I always thought, you just have to be like sitting still.
Yeah.
And really quiet and just on your own. But I really like that.
Yeah. That's a difficult thing, especially for nowadays. Every society is always telling you have to go. And,
Yeah.
you can't just be sitting down.
Yeah.
You can't be, you know what I'm saying? So they tell, that's what makes us think that we have to keep going. But a lot of times you have to stop to prepare yourself to where you're going or where you want to go. This goes back to what you're saying. You have to be prepared. If you have that firm foundation and you say, I'm preparing myself, my body, my mind to where I want to go, So you take, again, little steps, like you mentioned before. There's little steps, and how you say, applaud yourself for those little steps that you took. If you tried to meditate today for 1 minute, you did great. You sat down with the intention of meditating, whether you meditated or not. You made an attempt, and that was, Michael said he's gonna run around the track a couple times.
You're gonna run around the track?
Yeah, we're gonna do a test and see. You might beat me because you had this chakra drinks today. So
I got the power in me.
We're gonna see. She might
after
have
this.
the power. But speaking about like power and doing things, we don't realize like where does that even come from? Sometimes it's like, we feel like, oh, I don't have it in me to go for a run. I don't have it in me to accomplish my goals. But everything that we've ever done, all the success, the great things that we do, it starts from within. It starts from a thought. It starts from an idea. Something told you to do it. And you look back on your life, you look back at all the accomplishments and say, wow, maybe somebody helped me on the journey. Maybe I learned something from somebody else that helped me. But after it all, it was me. So realizing that it comes from within, you can really do anything. So
Yeah, I love that.
Absolutely. So what kind of helped you, throughout your college years, completing college and graduating? That's an amazing accomplishment. And what helped you to have the willpower to not only get through it, but accomplish it?
I would say the main thing was my family and making them proud. Yeah. I always got a little emotional with that topic,
Okay.
but
That's nice.
Yeah.
What do you feel is the next thing you want to accomplish?
Oh my God. Nobody prepared me for this. That's tough. I feel like we're always prepared to go to school, finish school, and the next step related to our education and college and graduating. But maybe it could be just me. We're not prepared for, okay, what happens after you graduate college? And we also have this idea that we may already need to have our life figured out. Like, okay, I'm set. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm meant to be doing for the rest of my life. But once you finish college, that feels very different. It feels, I don't know, you could also say because you graduated not too long ago.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you also went through like a lot of feelings related to that.
Complete 180 almost.
Right?
It's like absolutely different. I definitely
Nobody
relate.
prepares you for that.
It's almost like that was the finish line and to a lot of people, which is, it's a great accomplishment to finish school. I'm not taking anything away from it, but it's like we have our whole life ahead of us.
Yes.
There's so much more to life than what they tell us, what they teach us, what you see on TV. Even in school, there's so many amazing lessons, but if that's just your reality, if that's just your world, not only are you missing out, but that might not be what you're meant to do.
Yeah.
And sometimes it takes a while. It might take, our whole life to figure out what it is that we want to do. So, to me, I think what helps me is to look at it and say, to accept it all, to be like, you know what, school was an amazing opportunity for me, and I'm grateful for it. And I'm sure that whatever I did learn in school, maybe it wasn't my exact passion. And, I was a communication major, and a lot of those jobs had to deal with being a reporter on TV or kind of like interviewing. And I didn't really see myself doing that, even though I'm kind of like, doing a podcast, which kind of has some...
like Dylan would say, loosen up.
Yeah, so my point is you could always take away some positive things from your experiences if you're open to that and say, you know what, I learned from that. And that might not be what I'm exactly going to do for the next 5-10 years, the rest of my life, but certain aspects of what I learned I can take with me in whatever I do. But I definitely agree. Sometimes in our society we put like a bubble. Like you have to do what you learned in school, or whatever you majored in. That's what you should be going for.
Yep.
A lot of people will say, "Oh, what was your major?" "Oh, I majored in financing." "Oh, well, I know somebody who deals with finances. You should apply there."
Yeah.
Like, oh, but is that something you really wanted to do?
Mm-hmm.
It's a simple question, but sometimes we have to ask those questions every day.
I think it's important you touched on that experience part of it. I think, experience is a lot. It's a lot. And it's once you experience something, you're going to find out if you like it or you don't like it. You know what I'm saying? So, you could go to school, and I think that it's okay. Like, when you experience something, you say, you know what, this is not what I want to do. And it's hard because a lot of times, like you were saying, like people have you set on saying, okay, you started doing this, you have to finish it, or you have to keep going with that, But again, you guys, we're all young, we're still young, so, at any time you can change your mind and do something different, have a new experience, and then even still go back to what you what you wanted to do before, and I think that's big, because a lot of times it's the pressure that's put on you. You know what I'm saying? Like saying, oh, I have to stay doing this thing, because I did this already, so now I have to stay doing this for the rest of my life, even though I'm going to be unhappy doing it.
And that's
sad.
sad.
That's sad. That's not where you're going to give the most to more people and yourself. You know what I'm saying? The most that you're going to give to more people and yourself is when you're doing something that you're passionate about, that you have that you put your love into.
Yeah.
Because that's when somebody else is going to really feel it. When you're passionate about exercising with somebody, teaching them how to do a workout and stuff, they're going to feel that and be like, oh, you're energizing me, but if you're there and you just do these push-ups and whatever,
Right.
it's that's the vibration, that's the exchange there, so I really believe in, you have to be passionate about what you're doing to get the highest results. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it helps. It doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Right.
100%.
Yeah. So and then again, I feel also there should be a time, kind of like a period of time, even when you graduate high school, when you graduate college, that you can say, you know what, let me take some time to figure out if that's what I want to continue doing, or do I want to do something else? Do I want to take a break? Do I want to travel? Do I want to learn some other stuff? You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, I would definitely emphasize, like, take the time to reflect, and just reflect. That could be like every day. Honestly, take some time to reflect on your day, and even look back on your week, or eventually do your whole life, and then that really helps to get a little clearer of a picture, and answer some questions that you might have the answers to, but you needed the actual time to listen to yourself and to actually answer them. And if we're always on the move, you finish high school, great, here's your diploma, now ready, did you apply, you got to school, you got to college, great, but then it's like, how much actual time during those years do we really spend reflecting, like, how was your day?
Right.
And I'll say it, sometimes I would just answer, people would ask me, how was my day? I'd say, oh, my day was good.
Right.
I'm not really thinking about,
how
I really,
actually
what
feeling.
I'm holding really deep inside. I might be still thinking about something that happened 2-3 years ago, but if I never take the time to go in and actually process that, I'm always going to have that. And when you're able to process those things, I've noticed that new ideas come in, new motivations come in that I didn't have before, and it's almost like it's fun. It's like exciting. But if we don't take the time to really, process those things that are kind of holding us down or keeping it inside, that's I think something that's important.
Yeah, I think that would really make a difference because we're so used to being go, 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 go. It doesn't really give you like any time to just like sit down and reflect, how you said.
Yeah.
And it gives you like a source of energy when you do that. Like, I don't know where it comes from. It could be coming from within or just wherever. But like we were just talking about how sometimes when we hold things in, we have a grudge or we're judging things. Mm-hmm. But if we just have the power to like forgive ourselves or forgive somebody else, even not because they so much deserve forgiveness or, maybe they were in the wrong or we didn't necessarily have anything to do with it. But if we just accept it and say, you know what, I have everything to do with it. It may seem like a lot of pressure to put on yourself, like, oh my goodness. But if you just go through that and then forgive yourself, you get this source of energy and it's like, wow, like I feel so much better.
Yeah.
And I can do,
Because while you're also holding in those grudges or those feelings, that also, I feel like it spends a lot of energy too. So the best thing is just to do what you said, just sit, accept it, and kind of let it go.
Right.
And then you put your energy towards something else.
Right.
Rather than...
Yeah. Well, on the subject of forgiving, we forgive you guys if you haven't tried our drinks yet. Okay? And forgive yourselves too for not trying our drinks if you haven't tried it yet. Yeah.
You're missing out.
Forgive yourselves and then just go out and purchase some of our drinks.
It's not too late.
It's
Anytime.
never too late.
Order online.
There's still some left. No.
Yes. So, speaking about, that energy and putting energy out and exercise obviously is efficient and probably one of the best ways to really help your mind, help your body, help your soul, like, just moving your body. So I'm curious to know what is some of your favorite, or do you have a favorite exercise that helps you to start your day or that's a part of your workout regimen?
I would 100% say, okay, this is like probably the most basic answer, but Mondays, never skipping Mondays and starting with a strong leg day. I feel like that just gets me started. I'm like, after this, I can push through this week,
Gotta work out on a Monday.
On a Monday.
Right,
I feel like
start the week.
Starting the week. If you skip a Monday, not that your whole week will fall off because that's not what it is, but if you started on the right foot, you have more like energy to keep pushing through that week.
When is your favorite time to work out of the day?
Honestly, I would say in the morning because it really gives you that energy for the whole day. I don't know what it is because you think you work out and you're going to get tired.
Right.
And you might be a little tired, but it actually gives you more energy, right? Don't you feel that?
Right, yeah. And they say, when you do that, you burn calories throughout the whole day.
Throughout the whole day as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
And even when you go to sleep. So.
And your mind is clear for the whole day too.
Yeah. And we were just talking about how, it's important to start your day off right. When you first thing you wake up, we're saying, thank you for blessing me. Thank you for allowing me another day to live,
100%.
So that goes within the same thing we're saying.
We talked about the drinks, how they all have different colors and different chakras. And it's funny how you said, like, you start with your first foot, like your first, the first step, the first day of the week. Leg day, you're starting from the bottom. When we talk about chakras, the first chakra, which is the watermelon one, the red root chakra, watermelon wisdom, all of those things that you mentioned, that deals with like your root chakra. So it's not always about, sitting in a dark room and meditating and just being in silence for 2 hours of your whole day. Doing those activities, I've noticed can either, if you don't do them, they can block that specific energy and you'll feel them throughout your whole day, your whole life. But if you actually, sometimes I used to work out and, be active, but then I wasn't so conscious of how that's affecting all aspects of my life. So all of those things that you mentioned affect a specific chakra. So, and that's honestly a lot of people when they say the root chakra is the lowest chakra, it's actually just as important as all of them, from what I've learned. And, working out, starting your week off right, and the first chakra starts at the bottom, like the
That's
bottom
so
of your spine.
interesting.
So it's interesting how it all connects.
It's so interesting. I love how you tied it back to that.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Because,
Wow.
a lot of times learning about chakras, it's very, ancient, spiritual. A lot of times it's like, how does that really relate to my life? But the more I've learned, I've seen that, like, it really affects different aspects, whether you know it or not. So it's really helpful, to take that advice, for somebody who might know it all about chakras, but really when it comes to actually manifesting and actually taking that action, that it's helpful to have a balance.
Now I want to ask you, since you started your journey, right, from 6th grade, right, and now, how do you feel like do you feel, you obviously helped yourself, right? Do you feel like you've helped any of your family members?
That's such a great question. So actually, yes, I feel like I have been able to influence everyone in my family, because I would always be making my salads and green juices, and I'm the only one doing this. So now they become interested in, what is she doing? Let me try it.
Right.
And then slowly they start getting used to seeing different things and also becoming interested in trying it. So I would say that everyone in my family actually started being more open-minded to trying new things, and specifically when it comes to vegetables and juices, because as I said, we were not really used to that. And as soon as anyone in my family would see a green juice, they would freak out. Like, what is that? What are you drinking? I'm like, it's just a green juice. It tastes delicious. Just try it, But they were so close-minded, and they were able to really get more open-minded and include some of my new eating habits into their lives. And my dad was actually overweight, and he was starting to have some heart problems and high blood pressure, and they were giving him medications and all of this, and he would see how I would go about in my lifestyle, working out and eating healthy. And he also doesn't like medication, and I would always tell him, like, Dad, I'm sure you could fix it another way and actually get to the root cause, rather than just trying to cover it up like a little band-aid with another medication. I'm sure you can have your medication if you need it, but he wasn't that serious yet, and he could back up what he had, and he started eating completely healthy, a lot of vegetables. He changed his eating habits like literally 360, and he lost weight, and all of his health problems literally disappeared.
So that goes with the thing that we say as well, is that when you help yourself, you're able to help others as well, either directly or indirectly. So you took it upon yourself to say, I need to change. I'm helping myself. You helped yourself, and in that journey, you're helping the others that are seeing you, that are your loved ones. You know what I mean? So that's why it's important, like we say, it's important to go inside and fix yourself before you think about fixing somebody else. So how hard it is for you to go through that journey and that process. So now you're a little bit more understanding when the other person is trying to do the same thing.
That's so true.
So and it comes through with experience as well. You'd be like, okay, I experienced that once or twice or 3 times. Maybe I can help you experience that a little bit differently. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, that's I like that. It's great. Do you have anybody that you're currently do you how you say train anyone?
No, currently no.
Okay.
I just work out with like my cousins. I also influence my little cousins to start working out and live a healthy lifestyle.
Okay.
But that's pretty much what I'm currently doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we're looking to always continue to grow our community. This is our Three King Protocol community, right? So it's kind of like how they say, it takes a village to raise a kid.
Yeah.
That's
Powering community.
Right. Yeah. So that's what we want to do. We want to have grow our community to help continue to raise our own consciousness and the consciousness of the community. So that way the people outside of our community, like maybe some of our family members, friends, they'll say, hey, what's going on in that circle? You know, I like what's going on. I see the changes. I feel it and all that stuff. And they want to hop in.
Right.
And then we have a bigger community. Everybody's raising their consciousness. And that's how we, you know, we save the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You start by one.
Yeah.
And I might be able to help somebody, but I might not be able to help the same person that he might have the power to do so.
Right.
So it's like, if we all come together, we all have our
Yes.
different powers, our different you know, ways of helping.
So if you guys see, you know, some of the interviews that we do and he takes care of and he does, you see people who we have shared interests on, we look up to, or we want to work with and have, you know, grow the community with. You know what I'm saying? So we take care of, or we try to focus on an aspect of it, and you know, like, and then somebody else can focus on another aspect of it. And it all comes together. All the pieces come
All the
together.
pieces of
You
the
know what I
puzzle.
mean? Yeah. So again, we have the 7 chakra drinks right now. We're coming out with a cleanse program, a 22-day program.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So we would love to be able to incorporate, you know, trainer like yourself, with trainers who can train our clients who want to step it up to that part of the field, and also who want to get cleansed and aligned with their chakras and meditation with, you know, the other parts of who we connect with. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of parts that we're looking to put together to continue to be whole and stay whole. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So so I thank you for coming out and everything, and I look forward to continue to try to, you know, grow our community. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I love that.
Yeah.
I love what you guys are doing so much, because again, you started with one thing, and look how many other things you're doing to impact the community, right?
Right.
And I love that. It's so awesome.
Right. Nice.
And thank you for inviting me.
These are our new 3 King Protocol hoodies. So if you want to buy them and wear them, support, you can buy them online, 3kingprotocol.com. We also have all 7 chakra hoodies as well. So if you want to rep a different color, you got a favorite color and you want to wear it.
One for each day of the week.
Yeah.
I hope you guys continue to look out for us and check out for us. And if you haven't, again, tried our drinks or visited our website, 3kingprotocol.com, I encourage you guys to please do.